Hello students, myself Mrs. Kirti Pramod Sapare, and now we are going to see third part of the topic inventory control. Learning objectives. After seeing this video, the students will be able to explain perpetual inventory system, different types of it and advantages of perpetual inventory system. Let's begin with perpetual inventory system. This system enables the manufacturer to know about actual position of material available in the store without undergoing difficult task of physical verification. In this method, proper examination with regard to receipt, issue and balance of material in a hand is being done. However, the success of this method depends upon process of daily, weekly, monthly or yearly stock verification. Perpetual system. Inventory quantities are updated after every transaction. We know exactly how many items were sold. We know exactly how many items are left. In this method, we are recording everything, that is how much material we have or how much material we have received, how much material we have issued and how much is the closing stock or how much material is remaining with us. It is simply recording of everything in the books. It comprises of three types or three methods. One is a bin card, second is continuous stock taking and third is store ledger. Let's discuss these components one by one. First, we will begin with first component, that is bin card. This is a document maintained by storekeeper in his store to keep the record of all the items of material and goods in his store. Bin card serves the purpose of providing ready references. It shows quantities of each material received, issued and in stock. Bin card is useful for each material. Each receipt, issue or return is recorded in a bin card in chronological order and latest balance is shown after each receipt and issue. This is the example of actual bin card. It contains description of material or name of material, assigned code number, store ledger folio number. So same entry you have to done on a store ledger. So you have to write the page number of a store ledger on which the same material is entered. Next is bin number, normal quantity to order, maximum stock level of material and reorder stock level. We have discussed maximum stock level and reorder stock level in the topic inventory control. First column, that is date. Next is receipt, good receipt number, that is GR number, quantity, how much quantity we have received, then issue, that is SR number, means stock receipt number and the quantity, and last is a balance quantity. Suppose we have received 100 kg of paracetamol, then we have to write the description of material as a paracetamol IP, then goods receipt number or receipt number of goods, that is 100 kg of paracetamol, out of which suppose we have issued 10 kg to quality control department, then stock receipt number of the same quantity is 10 kg, out of 100 we have issued 10 kg, so balance quantity will be 90 kg. Like this we have to keep the record of all the materials, how much quantity received, how much quantity we have issued and what is balance quantity. So it is a bin card which is maintained by storekeeper. Second similar component, that is store ledger. It is kept in the cost accounting department. Store ledger is generally maintained in the form of loose leaf cards because they can be easily removed and easily inserted. The store ledger is just like bin card, except that receipt, issues and balances are shown along with their money values. As it is maintained by accounting department, it is exactly similar to the bin card, except there are two more columns related to money value of that material. So this is the format for store ledger. Again, description of material, code number, bin number, location, unit, maximum stock level, minimum stock level, reorder level, and ordering quantity. Next column is date. Receipt, GR number, that is good receipt number. Quantity, rate that is per kg or per unit rate, and amount that is total amount. Similar, issue, that is stock receipt number, quantity, rate per unit of material and total amount. Again, balance, quantity, rate and amount. So everywhere there are two columns added, that is rate and amount of that material. As this card is maintained by cost accounting department, so accounting department is related to money. So these columns are added, that is rate per unit of the material and a total amount. And the success of this method when you have physically verified the stock. So there is one more column, that is stock verified by, the date of stock verification, initials of the person who verified the stock, and a remarks whether the actual stock matches with the store ledger or bin card or not. So this is the remark column. Third method of perpetual inventory system, that is continuous stock taking. Under this system, only a limited number of items are verified on a day. The selection of the items of material should be such that each item of material gets checked up at least certain number of times in a year. The selected number of items are counted daily or at a frequent intervals, and they are compared with the bin card and a store ledger by storekeeper. Bin card and store ledger record the balances, and their correctness can be verified by means of physical verification. Differences has to be pointed out to the management. Last part, that is advantages of perpetual inventory system. First, it helps in detection and immediate rectification of errors. If the balance of bin card and store ledger doesn't matches with actual physical verification, then errors can be noted and immediate rectification can be done. Next, it ensures reliable checking of store items. Next, timely action can be taken on shortages. As you are recording each and every item, it is easy to find out the shortages and you can take immediate buying action on the shortages. It serves as moral check on a staff. Any dishonest staff can be detected by actual physical checking of the material. Overstocking and understocking can be avoided as you are actually or physically checking the material as well as you are recording the everything. So overstocking and understocking can be avoided, and it helps in a completion of profit and loss account and a balance sheet. So these are advantages of perpetual inventory system. These are the references for today's topic. We will discuss fourth part of inventory control soon. Thank you for the patient listening. Thank you.